Welcome back to another video, guys. So yeah, I'm in the shed today and I'm going to get quite a few jobs hopefully done today. One of the jobs I didn't expect to do in this video, I was going to show you guys how I've done it, but basically yeah, I've wanted to for a while find out a way to replace the gear knob on this car, because when you were driving it, it just rotated. Now I've taken it off today and I didn't think to check this when I was actually doing it, but basically this gear knob wasn't even attached to the actual stick, so when you actually drove it, it would spin completely 360 degrees in your hands, which is obviously no good for when you're driving. It just feels like crap. So with that, what I've done is I've taken off obviously the old one there. So as you can see, that's the end of the stick there basically, and I found that there's a thread actually inside there, if you can see that. So it's a very small thread, probably like an M6 or something like that. I haven't actually measured it, but what I've done is I've got just a random case of just random nuts and bolts and things that I just collect whenever I do projects, so I keep them for things like this. So yeah, we've managed to find a bolt that goes in there. You can see that little red line just there, if you can see that. Yeah, just about a third in. So yeah, that's how deep it goes into the actual gear stick. So that's where my marker is, and then I need to cut above that, so I've got some thread basically to put this nut a bit lower down onto it. And then what will happen is with that, we're actually going to mount it into an old bushing mount that I had that you saw on Rita when I did the bushes on this, on the wishbone. I burnt them out, so I've still got those because I thought they might be quite handy, because they're nice thick bits of steel tube, if you like. So yeah, I thought I'd use that. It's nice and robust, not plastic, nice and strong, and I can weld to it. So so we're going to use that as the connection point between the smaller thread, and then you'll love this. Thought I'd try it as a gear knob basically, is one of these. If you can guess what that is. Maybe one of you've got it, so leave a comment down below what you think that is, what that's from. And yeah, so I found a bit of threaded bar that fits into this. We've got the nut on that as well, and then what I've got to do is grind that nut round so it fits inside the diameter of that tube. So it just needs like grinding off, basically smoothing out. And then again, we'll do the same at the other end, weld that nut inside it so that we've got a threaded rod at each end, and you can adjust it at either end as well, and we can take the gear knob off completely so it's not even permanent. So that's the plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do this now, and it's going to take a bit of work and a bit of grinding, a bit of tedious stuff and measurements and stuff, but hopefully we should have a custom gear knob then basically, and it should feel really good as well, because it's going to be a lot higher in the car and we can actually drive it like a sat shift. I know a lot of people are going to probably take me for that, but yeah, it's already pretty high as it is. As you can see, it's pretty high already as the car, but it's going to feel better once it's up here somewhere, so you can just go through the gears basically. But obviously with that, it's going to be a bit of a funny one, because it's like that in your hand, so it feels really nice and comfortable, fills up the whole hand, and you can just go through the gears however you please basically. And yeah, it's nice and sturdy, it's got a nice grip to the bottom, and what we'll do is we'll make a custom emblem to fill up the top here basically, because it looks a bit naff on the top. But yeah, we might even replace this for a better one, a metal one or an aluminium one, something nicer. But generally, like I say, this is just a trial. We can test this and see how we get on with it, but if I don't get on with it too well, it's, you know, it didn't cost me anything, it basically was free with something. So yeah, so we're going to give this a go and see if it works basically. So I need to crack out my welder and the grinder, and then we'll go from there. There we go, guys. So yeah, that's all on, and threads in really nicely. It's just protruding just a tiny bit there. I've tried hammering a bit more, but I don't think it wants to go in, so I might either leave it or just grind that off, clean it up with a grinder, because there's about 3 or 4 threads in there, so that's fine. Yeah, I'll clean it up with a grinder and then it'll be flush. There you go guys, so we got one nut seamlessly welded, well if you like fused into that piece of steel there, and yeah, looks pretty clean, looks pretty decent, so I'm happy with that. Right, there we go guys, so we've got that nice solid bit on the end. And then all we need to do is chop this one down here, that's the one that goes on the gear stick, and probably, yeah, cut this down probably about halfway again. Might have to cut a little bit more down, and then we're going to weld that onto the edge of there, basically completely flat, and yeah, that should be most of it done then. Looks pretty clean, looks solid there. You can't see any of the where it attaches, any of the threads, and then that'll be completely hidden inside the gear stick. So yeah, pretty happy with that, pretty clean. But obviously we'll paint that and clean it up, but that should be it guys, pretty much. Not far off now, so that's a pretty clean gear stick there. So we'll give that a go and see how it works. Alright, so we've marked up this one here, and I'm just going to cut this one down now, and hopefully it should be it. What we'll do is we'll go and check, see this still fits in the thread on the actual car, and otherwise we might have to clean the threads up. Right, there we go guys, so we've got it all set up. This is the end that's going to be screwed into the gear stick end. So I've got 2 washers on there because it was bottom out and I don't really want to leave any more threads on it, so I've put 2 washers on it, and we're going to weld a bead around this as best we can and then just tidy it up basically. So I'm going to take this off first, clean this face up with the angle grinder so we've got a nice clean edge to weld to, and then just weld this with a flux core welder and go from there. So we've got the bottom end in, as you can see, so that's nice and clean, tidy, and that works. And then we got this end here which I'm just going to weld, and then this we just need to clean up, and it's pretty much done then. So yeah, I'm going to lay a weld on this and I'll come back to you. Right, there we go guys, so it's still really hot, but that's basically what I've ended up with. So it's all nice and clean. The top's not the greatest, but it should do the job. So that's what we need to go on the gear stick, and then that's the end that's going in the actual gear knob itself. So yeah, looking pretty clean. Like I say, I just need to clean it up, give it a paint, and that should be it guys. So yeah, I'll wait for this to cool down and I'll come back to you then. There we go guys, so yeah, the gear stick's all done, looking absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. So yeah, it's really nice and long. As you can see, it's really close to the steering wheel now, even closer than a Honda. And yeah, I've tilted it also as well. You can see it's just got a slight kink on it there, so that it's tilted more towards the driver. So as you can see there, put the foot down the clutch. The only thing I need now is probably a short shifter, because we've made the throw so long. So, but generally it's really sturdy, really solid, and it doesn't spin in my hands. So yeah, much better. I'm really happy with that. Like I said, just got to get a short shifter now for it, and it'll stop this really long throw, because that's a really long bit of throw there. But no, it feels really nice and solid. Doesn't feel like it's going to snap in your hand or do anything weird. So yeah, really happy with that. Like I say, we just want to put something here to fill up that end there. Probably do something a bit crazy with that as well, make it a bit different, quirky. But I quite like these little mods that you know, you can build for yourself and still feel pretty decent out of nothing that you've got laying about, which is effectively what I've done. A bit of welding, and yeah, she looks really nice and clean, so I'm really happy with that. So just on the lookout now basically for a short shifter, and that should be about it, guys. So yeah, if you like the video, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and thanks for watching.